Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely by the NBA for this latest altercation. I want to get to you in a second, but you have a really good theory on this when you talk about the old school 80s basketball.
For sure. Let's go ahead. Can we go ahead and play and roll this video first? Draymond's been suspended indefinitely by the NFL. This is against the Suns the other night. Let's go ahead and play it.
Oh, man. Come on.
That's going to be a flagrant.
Yeah.
Now they're going to just try to decide.
I don't know if he got suspended by the NFL. He might have got suspended by the NFL.
By the NBA.
By the NFL.
Yeah, no, you can't do that in the NFL.
He probably caught a fine.
The UFC just suspended.
Yeah, no, like in the NFL, they put you in jail for that. Especially if it's
Derwin
against
James
the quarterback.
is in hiding.
Here's where I'm at on Draymond. What I do get tired about is people complaining about how great the NBA used to be because of the physicality. Then they come on here and say, just trash Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do think there is some nuance to this. I think back in the 80s and 90s when NBA players would fight, it wasn't because of cheap shots. Like they were going up straight in each other's face.
Yes.
Like Lambeer, all these guys, like they're bringing it to your front door. Which, you know what? At the end of the day, some of my best friends are guys I've gotten in fights with. Like it happens, especially at a high level like this. But it was to your face. I think Draymond's problem is he just sneaks people. Like they're cheap shots. Like they're cowardly shots. He's kicking people in the groin. He's back fisting Nurkić right here. If Draymond Green, like at least when he punched Jordan Poole in the face, he walked up to his face.
That's Jordan Poole.
And then punched him.
And that's your teammate.
That's your teammate. But you know what? I can come to terms with that a lot better than you just hitting people when they're not looking or kicking Steven Adams in the groin. If Draymond Green would have go about this a different way, I think more people would be like, yeah, he's a villain in the NBA, but he's a villain we miss. It's one thing when the Joker and Batman fight straight up. It's another one when the Joker plants a bomb in the hospital and runs away and nobody can stop it. Like it just, Draymond to me, make it less cheap, man, and I can be more with it. But I understand the NBA suspended him indefinitely. You don't want to listen, right? You don't want to listen. So you're suspended indefinitely. We'll see how long it lasts.
I think the last 3 times with him has been in the last 3 months. You go back to him choking Rudy Gay out, or Rudy Gobert
from behind.
Yeah, from behind, which we can all be honest, which was hilarious if you want.
It was funny.
Watching a 7-footer get choked out is just some funny thing you can do, but. With Draymond Green, it's just another thing to his table. I always thought with Draymond, and I'm all for being an enforcer for your team, being the guy who comes out and stands up for everybody. But you go back to his career, like he did this in 2016 in the finals, and it cost him that finals. He was out for a game, and they lost that game. And some say, it did cost him that finals. It's another clown move from Draymond Green. I agree with what Jake said. It's different back in the day if you walk up, and I'm all for fighting in sports. Trust me, I advocate it.
Like just fouling somebody straight up and standing over.
I advocate it a lot. And if you want, I think hockey does a great job of it. We're going to meet where we need to meet, and we'll settle this like men. Yep. Because hitting somebody when they're preparing to be hit is a lot safer than this hitting somebody who doesn't know it's coming.
Yeah.
You can do real damage to somebody, and when you sneak them like this is what it was. Draymond Guy is the guy who walks around the party, wait for his friends to get him with somebody so he can go sneak somebody and then not hit anybody for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
That's who he is. I've seen these guys before. So indefinitely, I thought it was going to be 25 games, to be honest, because of just the reoccurring problem that he has. But indefinitely, I can see why. And this isn't good for this stuff's not good for the game.
No. And it's the difference between when you're, and again, you're about to have your third child. I don't have one yet. But I think eventually timeout doesn't work. I think the NBA put Draymond Green in timeout and way more than he should have. Now they're going to spank you.
You have a babysitter, a head coach who nobody respects, who's nobody's going to listen to. Steve Kerr's the teacher where you go to class and you can do whatever you want. That's what it is.
Look, I'm no Draymond Green fan, never been a fan of the way he goes about his business, and it has nothing to do with the fact he went to Michigan State, all right?
I'm sure, David.
But I will say, man, you got to give the guy props because he has been the enforcer, like the physical enforcer on what really has been the greatest dynasty in the NBA over, the last decade or closest thing.
But can we call him an enforcer, though, when you're kicking people in the balls when they're not looking? Is that an enforcer, or are you just a coward?
Maybe, but here's where it would be a bigger problem for me. If this guy were just bouncing around from team to team every year on a 1-year contract and he's doing this kind of stuff, you're like, why is this guy still in the NBA? Somehow the Warriors have kept this guy on the team, and like championship after championship. There is something to be said for that, even though every time I watch him do stuff like this, I think, how is this guy still around the league?
But it's evolved into like now it's like with Dennis Rodman. Like, it was amazing when Dennis Rodman's out there getting in fights and going face to face with guys, and they're throwing elbows and he's reacting with an elbow. People would love that. You know when they didn't love Dennis Rodman, outside of him wearing a wedding dress and doing that crazy stuff, is when he kicked the photographer in the groin.
True. When
he landed on. People don't like that. That doesn't earn respect from people.
Yeah, you don't get fans from doing.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
Do you think he has been like on a team where you have the like great shooters, right? Like that's really what drives the Warriors.
Being the opposite end, the yin to the yang. I get that, but there's a way. You know, there's a way to do it.
Sure.
There's a way to do it. I'm not going to run. We get in a fight at football practice. I'm not running over in another drill when somebody's not looking and hitting them with my helmet. If we're going to fight during inside drill, me and your ass going to fight during inside drill. Like, it's going to be me and you. That's the best part about football. You can line up on the board and
figure it out. We'll see how long indefinitely means.
Hey, YouTube, thanks for stopping by. Do us a favor. Make sure you subscribe. If you haven't yet, go check out Lady Ballers, #1 streaming movie in America. Unbelievably overwhelmed by the response. You can find that at Daily Wire Plus. Go subscribe. Check it out.